Hello, welcome to my channel. I am doing this video because of the request and the demand at hand, as well as because of how the economy is. So stay tuned as I show you step by step of how to register your business name on the CAC website without you paying an agent, and you are doing it yourself. Now let's go. This is my YouTube. This is my um, Chrome web browser, and is a new tab. So I type pre.cac.gov.ng. Okay, so I will just click here and type register. So the next thing will be, please ignore these buttons up here, this and the other one. Just ignore them, all right? So I'm just going to type here, sorry. I'm just going to type here either phone number or the name of the client. Remember, you are not doing it for yourself, you are doing it for a client. So I'll just type this phone number. I have copied already, so I just paste it for a client. So I will just go next. Okay. All right. So if I go next, this will come up. Please, again, I say, forget these buttons you are seeing and just go on and fill the form. Now we have a form here. This is a form, and you are expected to fill this form. Okay. Now I just screenshot it so that in case I needed to use it. Now let's go back. Here you enter your son name, your first name. Now don't forget, you are not entering your personal name, you are entering the details of your client. You enter the date of birth, you enter their gender, the nationality, their phone number is already there, their email address. Now here, you will not enter their email address, you will enter an email address you will create on their behalf. Now why are you creating it on their behalf? You can't enter your personal email address, because if you enter your personal email address for client A, you will need another email address for client B. So I suggest and strongly recommend you create email address for every client you get. I don't think that is a big deal. Within 3 minutes, you are done creating a Gmail account for them. Just create a Gmail account and then you are good to go. So you enter the email address and then you confirm it again, and then you pick a username. Because you'll be having more clients, I want you to pick a username that is unique to a client that you can quickly remember. And then you enter the password, enter another password. I will advise you stick to one password for all your clients. That way, even if you forget for Mr. A, you already know that is the same thing with Mr. B. You will always remember. Then the occupation of your client, business, contractor, whatever it is, and then the country, the state, the local government. A postcode is not compulsory, but if you have it, you can just enter it. The city, and then the house number. If your client gives you an address without a number, especially those are people from the north, most of their houses do not have number. So you must insist on a house number, otherwise it will not go. You must insist on a house number. And then the street name, then the means of identification. After you have done that, you can then just click register. Now if you do that, what will happen will be that excuse me, they will send an activation email to the email address you put here. The email address you put here will get the activation email. Now once it gets the activation email, once you click on it, it will tell you that it has been confirmed, and then you can go ahead and log in. All right, now we have created an account and we are going to log in here. Don't forget we have created an account, we have confirmed, we have activated using the activation email, and then we have clicked login, so we got here. Now you see either you log in using the username, the email address, the phone number, or the activation number. Username, email address, or phone number. Now I'm going to pick an account I have created before so that it will be easy for us. I'm going to pick and then enter the password, and then we go. Okay, now we have logged in. I'm using this account because it's a account where I have a business name that has been approved. Okay, so I will just use this for two purposes. One, so that you know how to enter your client's details, and then two, so that once the name is approved, you know what to do next. All right, so let's go. Now, if you have done what we have done from where we started, you will get here and discover that everything is reading 0000000, meaning you have 0 not submitted, 0 pending or query, 0 denied, 0 reserved, 0 submitted, 0 pending approval, 0 queried, and 0 registered. 0 registered. So now, because we want to create a new business, we come here and click new registration. Here, so because it's a business name, I will just come here, classification. I click business name, select type, sole proprietorship. What is the name of the business? Let's see, what should we give the name of the business? Let's say it is XYZ, XYZ Enterprise or Ventures. Let's use Ventures. And then we use ABC Ventures. ABC, oh, sorry, ABC Ventures. All right. Now the next thing you will do is to save and continue. Now, sorry, my network is lagging. Oh, no internet. How is that possible? Okay, so let us continue. I will just click save and continue. Oh my god, this network is just frustrating. Okay, now the next thing you need to do is select reason. Okay, let's go back. Reason for availability search. You click new incorporation slash registration. Please, that's what you are doing. And then nature of business, you select um, whatever that suits what you want to do. All right, but I will recommend, if it's not a professional business thing, that you come here first. It gives you variety of things. For instance, you have automated car wash service, blacksmith, block industry, boutique service, car wash service, catering service, cleaning and forwarding service, cobbling service, cold room service, commission agency. So you can imagine even a cold room person should register his business. We have a commission agency, we have cyber cafe, we have deals in jewelries and accessories, domestic support, driving school, event management. So those of you doing event management, you need to register your business. Electrical service, employment agency, blah, 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 blah. So many of them. But let me see. I like using this general contract or general merchandise. Now it gives you opportunity to do so many things. All right. So if I pick general contract, I will now come here and write the specifics of the business. For instance, I'm into POS agent. Okay. Sales of animal feed. You can write so many things you want to write. Again, you just need to use comma to differentiate them. All right. Do not write, again I said, do not list, do not list, do not write number one, number two, number three. No, when you start, just use comma to separate. No listing, no listing. And then after writing everything I write here, I will now write and general contracts, and then I'll save and continue. Here it will tell me, okay, business thing, blah 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 blah. Everything I've entered, you can see it's coming up. And then the next thing to tell me to either save or continue. Either save or continue. So I'm going to just continue. I'm going to continue, save and continue. Now, we have gotten to the point where we need to pay. You pay using RRR, save this RRR, and then make payment. Now, you can imagine you are just paying 500 naira, and then you make payments. Now this 500 naira is just for availability, for name reservation, okay? And then you can make payment. You can make payment. You can make payment. You can just select. You can just submit. If you like, if you submit, it will give you a variety of option of payment. If you want to do uh, bank transfer, card, USSD, whichever one, I recommend bank transfer, and most efficiently using card. That way there won't be issue. There is less tendency of issue. All right. This will bring us to the end of this. Okay. Maybe in my next video, if you stay to the end, I will show you what to do next if your name is approved. See you on the other side. So you can see here that if you click here, you will see that the name we just used here is still there, is among those that are there. And then if it is reserved, you will see it here. Once it is the name is approved, you will see it here. If your name is approved, you will get it at they'll send you a mail. Once you submit, this place will show pending and query will show 1. This will be 0 and this will be 0. Then once it's approved, this will become 0, pending and query will be 0, and then reserved will be 1. So since my name has been reserved, let me just come here. Remember, I am using this as is a client's work I'm using as a sample. So let's go, reserved. This again is a client's dashboard. I did this reservation on the May 9th and it got approved on May 11th. That's less than 3 days, 2 days to be precise, on the 9, 10, 11, less than 72 hours. So at times it could be less, at times it could be more. Whichever way, you do not have control over it. You just have to be patient. I haven't done that. Most people know how to do what I have started with from beginning. Then once they get here, they don't know what next to do. So I will just come here. Oh, unfortunately, the name reservation. All right, let me see. Back. Oh my, this name reservation has existed 60 days. Okay, sorry, I had to check how, because the name that was approved had actually exceeded the time for payment. You have 60 days to make payment if your name is approved. So I'll quickly do this video so that we can continue. Now, remember we have registered, we have make name reservation and names have been approved. Out of the two names, one will be picked and then to be approved. That's the one that has been reserved here. Okay, now I will now come here and where you have name that has been approved. You come here, you select to be so you continue here. When you click here, you click on the name of the business and then you get a place where to tell you continue. You get me? So you continue from there. Now, but here you come down here and you continue from there. Not submitted, you click. Now you see here telling me that name availability expired, but nevertheless I can continue. Okay, now remember I told this for a client. I just want to show you some things for a client, and the personal details are confidential. Please do not share this or use it for any other thing. Here, can you see the amount? Remember we paid 661 naira earlier. Now there is another 10,000 naira. So plus or minus, you are not using more than 11,000 naira. So you can use your discretion to charge your client any amount. I decided to do this because I've been collecting from clients and I am doing it, and I'm making my money out of it. I just think let my client also do it themselves and make their money out of it. Okay, so I'm going to go back so that you will see some things here. I go back. Remember I told you it's for a client business details. When you click continue, as soon as your name has been approved, it will bring you here where you enter business details. You enter, this place is for the business, not for the person, not for the proprietor of the business. It's for the business. So you enter business commencement date. Please enter that very day. Don't backdate. Enter that day. Do not backdate. I repeat. And then you enter the email address of the business, you enter the phone number, you enter the state, local government, and every of the details. Here, branch address, if any, please just ignore it, except you have plenty money to pay. And then there's a place I need to show you, you must avoid, where they say hide number. Please do not click it, ignore it, because if you do, it's going to cost you 25,000 naira. I'll show you a screenshot after this video of somebody who clicked on it, in fact, and sent it to me and said, see you. And I told the person, I told you to give me, but you want to do it yourself. See what you have done. So that you don't do it, that's why I'm doing this video, so that you learn. Now, having done that, you can now go to the proprietor's details, blah, 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 and then the nature of business. You enter it like we did earlier. Okay, nature of business, category, you select administrative. Don't go, you don't need to do all of this, even though this one is you can do this if you want to, where you enter all those details. And then there's a okay, let me show you how it will look like. Nature of business, you select. You remember we did something like this. You are still going to do it again. I will advise you do administrative, then specific nature of business. Remember I told you I always like to pick general contract, and then you can enter some other things you want to add to it. Remember I told you, do not number it, do not list, just use comma to separate them. So having done that, you can now go straight to upload documents. You upload the document of your proprietor, the means of identification, the signatures and everything you have collected, and then the preview. Here you preview everything you have done. Like I told you, it's for a client, so you just preview and then you make payments. Now see where the payment is. It's the same way we made payment earlier, just 10,000 naira. You either choose to select to do transfer or to use card. I advise these two, in fact most especially the card. If you cannot do card, make sure you have a good network and you are using a bank that is very good, their service is top notch, so that it will not deliver, you won't send it now then delivery will not be tomorrow. CAC will not refund your money. So I advise you use card or you do transfer. All right, that will bring us to the end of this video. You can ask your question now. Thank you. So when you have made payment, the whole thing will come here. You will have pending one. Pending approval will become one. And then if it gets queried, just read it and respond to whatever query it gets, and then mark resolved. And once it's registered, you will see it here showing registered. It's a very lucrative business, I must tell you. Now, because you are part of this class, you get more juicy offer. Don't worry.